What a great dual meet so far between Ohio State and Iowa. And here we have another great matchup at 165 pounds. It's Alex Marinelli, the veteran wrestler out of Iowa, taking on Carson Kharchla out of Ohio State. Both of these guys, Ohio natives. And you see the bull already getting aggressive right at the top of this matchup in the first period. But we get a little stalemate back to center. And yeah, you heard me say Kharchla, and that's because that's actually how the name's pronounced. That's how Carson pronounces his name. Just like me, my name's Josiah Ritzko, and I have an H at the beginning of my name, silent. Kind of funny how that works out, but I actually thought his name was Kharchla until we got into the pronunciation guide. But you see the bull really pushing into Kharchla there, and Kharchla is not somebody to just give up easily. I think we're going to see that in this match, that he's going to have a little bit of firepower for him. This is the match he's going to be tested in the most, though. Alex Marinelli, a veteran wrestler, two-time NCAA place winner in the past, 6th and 7th place. Last year, he made the quarterfinals and then had to medically forfeit out of the NCAA championships. But he's looking for the top of the podium this year, and Kharchla is honestly somebody who I know is looking for the top of the podium himself. Just in the past, he's had some tough ranked opponents. He beat Cam Amin in his redshirt year, entering his first year at Ohio State. And then he had a pretty impressive year up until this point when he defeated Julian Ramirez, who is another freshman, but Ramirez beat Shane Griffith, who was last year's national champion at the weight. These two are pushing each other. Alex Marinelli is really pushing this pace out of bounds, and I know if Kharchla doesn't start circling in a little bit, he may get hit with a stalling call, as we have just about a minute to go here in the first period with no scoring. Now, Kharchla, when he faced Griffith and Ramirez, he's actually faced Griffith himself. He lost to him at the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational. And you see Kharchla, still just right on the edge of that mat. He lost to Griffith at the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational, but by a close decision. But that's when he beat Ramirez twice at that tournament, when he placed 3rd. And the team actually placed 2nd overall. He was one of the guys who was instrumental in helping Ohio State place so high at that event. Alex Marinelli, up to this season, we have 30 seconds remaining in the first period, and Kharchla takes a little bit of an attempt of a shot, but not enough for Marinelli, who just kind of shucks him to the side and gets right back in there. Marinelli now taking a shot, but Kharchla pushes him out of bounds. They are off the mat here with 17 seconds to go in the first period. This is exciting. Alex Marinelli, up until this point in the season, has had some good victories. 6 bonus point victories so far, 3 techs and 2 falls. Wondering if this is a new, revitalized Alex Marinelli compared to what we've seen in the past. Of course, this is a little bit of a clash between these two guys as we head into the second period scoreless. We'll see what Kharchla decides to do here. Defers, and Alex Marinelli takes bottom. And we'll see how Kharchla's riding skills are on top. Typically, as a younger guy, as freshmen, you don't see a lot of guys riding for too long on top, racking up riding time points. And Marinelli, who's just, quick off that escape. You see that little leg lift there at the end, which was kind of neat to see. And we're going to get right back into neutral. These two guys have never faced in the past, but Marinelli he's a senior. He's one of those seniors, and he's pushing the pace again. One of those seniors who's come back for his last year of wrestling, has the extra year of eligibility. We see that happen this year, with last year basically being a free year. Kharchla did not wrestle, but wrestled the year before that, but technically still a freshman in eligibility. The other interesting thing between these two guys, though they have not met in college, both these guys are Ohio natives. Kharchla out of Powell, Ohio, and Marinelli out of Miamisburg, wrestled at St. Paris Graham, the 4-time Ohio State champ, compared to Kharchla being a 2-timer himself. We see this pace, still a minute to go in the second period, and Marinelli leads 1-0. He's undefeated on the season, and Kharchla looking to give him that first loss here at 165. These two guys, no real big shot attempts. Nobody's got in on the legs. We've seen a couple face, a couple little pushes out of bounds, but nothing too big as they're tying up tight in there with 30 seconds remaining in the period. And just a few weeks ago, Kharchla actually had another big ranked victory over Jake Wenzel, the NCAA finalist. So coming in to we'll see this match as he takes a shot. Like, coming at this point of the season, getting these ranked wins is going to be just huge for his confidence. Looks like we're going to have this time ticking down in the second period, and we're going to go to the third. I'd expect to see Kharchla choose bottom. Let's see what he does here. He does. He decides to choose bottom. Now, Marinelli on the opposite end said Kharchla, the freshmen don't always have the toughest riding skills on top, and also they kind of struggle on bottom a bit. You see that's kind of they call it a freshman kind of move where you may have a tough match against a ranked opponent to this point, but then sometimes you see those veteran wrestlers like the Alex Marinelli really start riding you out and riding you tough because they're more experienced. Kharchla with a nice little roll there, but Alex Marinelli stays tough on top, sticks with him, looking for that wrist control, looking to break Kharchla down. And 165 pounds is full of talent at every single level. Freshmen, veteran wrestlers. You got Evan Wick of Cal Poly coming back here as we go out of bounds with about a minute and a half remaining in the period. Coaches are yelling, you got to get up, you got to get up. Can't let Alex Marinelli get any riding time point there. We also have Shane Griffith, the returning national champion. Keegan O'Toole, who is another young guy, made the stand last year and has been looking unbelievable up to this point in the season. Anthony Valencia, who placed last year but had a little bit of an injury and it was kind of rough. Marinelli gets in on that leg, but Kharchla still in bottom. Ohio State fans are calling for a stalling call, but he does get it, and he's down on that ankle, understandably, but Marinelli drives him out of bounds. Probably a good decision on Marinelli as we have a minute remaining. So he's really got to be tough there. If Kharchla gets back up, you got to be watching getting down on that ankle. But I love that this weight has so many new guys and talent. It's not heavyweight is kind of a lock, right? You have the Gable Steveson, who you expect to win that weight in dominant fashion. This is a weight where I believe anybody in the top 10 can win this weight. And it was a crazy weight last year. Marinelli had that top seed and didn't end up placing. This is just a crazy weight year after year after year, and I expect no different in the postseason. Marinelli lines back up on top. Kharchla's got to get out here with riding time ticking up. And there, he bounces off his head, gets out, and the Ohio State fans go absolutely bonkers. The score is 1-1. Riding time, not a factor right now. He is in on those shots with 30 seconds ticking down in this period. This is exciting, folks. This is great wrestling. Marinelli pushing on that head. We'll see if any of these guys can really get a shot attempt in. And Kharchla has a little attempt. Marinelli gets him in the front headlock. And Kharchla spins around, gets to 2 on the edge of the mat as he drives Marinelli out of bounds. You see the Ohio State fans going wild. They are excited about this. It's 3-1, but this match is not over yet. Marinelli lines back up on bottom. You could see him get a quick reversal here and turn the tides. That's the veteran in Alex Marinelli. Could see him get an escape and a quick takedown. There's still 13 seconds left in the period. He rolls out. And Kharchla right back in on top, but Marinelli spins out, is stalking Kharchla hard, who's not hit with a stalling call yet. And we're going to see that score ticking down. Folks, what a match. Alex Marinelli, not too thrilled by that, but Kharchla, what a win. Gives Marinelli his first loss of the season. Kharchla is somebody to watch for in the future.